Welcome.
Free press fail. Steph's in Vegas, so we're video chatting this time, and it might be a total disaster.
Well, I can't actually hear Corinne because we didn't think of that when I mic'd up and did not put a headphone in. So I am just guessing the things that she's saying, and I'm guessing that she said I was the most beautiful, wonderful partner in the entire world. And I'm so excited to be coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, the greatest city on this earth, except for Reno. Let me give you a little pan where I'm at. It's the Strip.
Looks awesome.
Beautiful in all its glory. I'm actually standing in the shadow of Trump Tower itself. And I am, per request, drinking a vodka Red Bull. Shout out to Say When LA and NC Gadsden 1776.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Vodka.
Oh, and I want to shout out the place that made it for me because I chugged one before I started, and he did like a bunch of fun cocktail flips with the bottle. It was very neat. And it was Carnival Court, and his name is Zack Attack. Can't make this up, guys. Can't make it up.
Man, good drinks. I made my own vodka Red Bull, and though this was upon request, I don't actually have to be forced to drink a vodka Red Bull. It's one of my favorite drinks.
Well, I assume that Corinne says that we're going to start top news.
Yes. So top impeachment.
Well, top news. It's still peach season.
Yes.
In the media. Impeachment boogaloo. I'm going to let Corinne talk to you about her favorite things going on, and I'm going to talk about the most hilarious New York Times story that went along with it. So you can start off, Corinne.
All right. Well, to start off, we were laughing because the first headline that we saw post podcast last week was about Trump. Trump sources say that Trump does not want to be impeached. That was a CNN headline. He does not want to be impeached. Real exclusive there. I think that's groundbreaking news. So that was a good one. There's a New York Times story about Trump collaborating with Australia. Steph, New York Times story.
Yeah. So I am going to talk about, first of all, I hope that Corinne just told you that CNN ran a headline that said that Trump does not support impeachment. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Oh, no shit. I mean, no crap. This is a family show. But the New York Times also did a great story about how Trump, quote unquote, colluded, again, the collusion, with Australia to cover up the completely fake collusion that the media made up. So basically the media is claiming that Trump colluded to cover up their created collusion, which is like double colluding. It's like a pina collusion over here.
Totally.
If you like pina collusion and getting caught in the rain, am I right?
Las Vegas is the perfect place. They should go there. But yeah, that was just a pile-on. They couldn't get him with Russia, couldn't get him with Ukraine. So last minute effort, we're going to throw in. He might have been colluding with Australia also. Didn't end up being a really big story, but good job, New York Times. What an exclusive there. Other than that, there's just like a million stories about this. Pompeo was in the news a lot this week because they made a big deal out of the fact that he might have been on the call with Ukraine, which is just funny. He's our top diplomat. It's literally his job to guide our diplomacy, and he can be on any, in my opinion, and actually in like the history of America's opinion, our Secretary of State should be on the calls with most foreign diplomats. That's literally their job. They don't do anything else. They're not supposed to do military policy. They're supposed to do diplomacy. And the whole thing was that, like, Pompeo sat in this call with a foreign leader. How inappropriate. And it's just ridiculous. That was another part of the collusion not collusion. Sorry, this is the impeachment inquiry. It's just hard to keep track of. It's all the same to me.
Can we just say, guys, I'm going to interrupt Corinne for a second. She is the prettiest thing sitting in front of this beautiful purple wall. Like, we got a comment from a fan this week that it looks like that we are broadcasting from a Georgia waffle. That's a quote. And it was a huge compliment to me. And now watching it from this side, I'm like, a little bit, actually. But like the prettiest prostitute there is.
Oh, thank you. Prettiest prostitute. Also, like,
it's a huge compliment.
My brothel's so cute. I think my brothel's very pretty. My mom decorated this, and
Exactly.
He has great taste.
So I don't know if Corinne's ready to move on, but we're going to move on to the Civil War tweet from President Trump. My favorite thing to happen this week. And I'm going to read the actual tweet. So you guys are going to bear with me because I'm going to set my drink down and pick up my notes. We're together in this, guys. Wait, ready? It's on the ground. The ground. Like a hobo. All right. So what Trump tweeted was a quote from someone else. He says, if Democrats are successful in impeaching the president from office, which they will never be, it will cause a civil war-like fracture in this nation from which our country will never heal. And that was a quote from Robert Jeffers, not from actually Trump. And I would like to kick off by saying that a brilliant Harvard Law professor, Harvard Law, also where Elle Woods went, like it's hard. He said, well, according to Newsweek, I'm going to credit Newsweek for this brilliant journalism. He said that the president threatening civil war was grounds for itself in impeachment. Now, Corinne, I'm not a history major, but why don't you take it from here on another president that once not only threatened but followed through on civil war?
Yeah, there's at least one. If anyone remembers Abraham Lincoln, and I think he might be a celebrated president in our history. But I will say this as a history major, and Steph often makes fun of history majors. I do have a history degree. I do think there are other people in the position of president that have threatened civil war and actually followed through with it. We had a civil war. It's such a problem with this because even Republican congressmen and like senators are coming out and saying like, you can't say that this will cause a civil war, Donald Trump. It's like America faced a civil war. I think he's the first president to say that this might cause a civil war-like fracture. Really upsetting. I know Steph can't hear me, but basically that's the end of it. And I called out several congressmen by name on my personal Twitter, and I won't bring them up in this podcast. They deserve a lot of.
I love now that right now I feel like a man because I see this beautiful woman talking and I'm nodding and smiling, but I actually am not listening at all. And it's like I've never felt more empowered in my life. But I assume that she told you that obviously President Lincoln, we all love him. We made 5 movies about him. Let a British guy play him. The Capitol, there's like a million statues. There's literally a giant monument erected to his person. And he not only threatened but followed through on civil war. So when I'm thinking of this Harvard professor, said he's anti-Lincoln. Him and Jefferson Davis must have a lot in common, you know?
I agree.
What's also funny is that civil war is suddenly this dirty word, right? I mean, we literally had a blockbuster movie from Marvel with superheroes, not necessarily a serious subject matter, called Civil War. I mean, there was a really popular indie rock band called the Civil Wars as well. Ironically, though, they actually split up. Differences of opinion. I can't make this stuff up.
No.
Can't make it up.
The next
cannot make it up.
Next story.
I think we're on to our next segment. Oh, I apologize, Corinne. I think I interrupted you. Now I'm definitely feeling like a man. So our next segment, we retitled in honor of my hero, Sarah Silverman. It is now called Righteousness Porn. And our first subject is another favorite of mine, which is Luke Skywalker. We share a last name.
Kind of.
So Luke got into a Twitter war with a 3-year-old baby this week. And it was something to behold. So what happened was, Ivanka Trump posted a picture with her little baby, little 3-year-old, little Teddy, little Theo, dressed as a stormtrooper, little Teddy Kushner. And she said, "The force is strong in my family," in reference to a 3-year-old baby dressed as a stormtrooper. Luke Skywalker, on his Twitter, retweets the photo, and he says, "You misspelled fraud." Like instead of force, he meant fraud. And the SJWs were very quick to defend him, right? They swoop in, and they're like, well, it's fine that he said that because of immigration and refugees and children. So, like, whatever. That is literally their argument. They said it's okay that he made fun of a 3-year-old child because of immigration policy. Corinne, take it from here.
Yeah. Well, of course, children are always fair game to the left, and attacking little 3-year-old Teddy, even though he is the cutest baby ever, is totally fair game for them. It's not anything new. I also think it's funny. So I'm not a Star Wars fan, and I've actually never seen any Star Wars movies, which always gets me in trouble with basically everyone whenever I tell them. Um, I don't know who Mark Hamill is without the context of like this Luke Skywalker, and then the only context I have is cultural. I don't even know. So whatever, he's like a no one to me. And the only time I see him now is when he like insults the president. It's like so funny. I'm like, what is your job even? Well, I don't know. Luke, sit down.
I don't. I'm sorry, Corinne. I don't know if Corinne said, but she has never seen Star Wars. Corinne is a freak who's only seen Rogue One. Okay, Rogue One is like a side story to Star Wars. I almost don't even want her to comment on the story. Like, how dare you, honestly?
I just mean, so my mom is a very conservative woman, and maybe she guessed that like Mark Hamill was going to be such a D-head, and she never let me watch Star Wars, and I never was exposed to it. Now it's like I'm old and I don't care. I like Harry Potter, so
I can see you being flippant about Star Wars, and it's the greatest movie franchise of all time, and how dare you? That's all I have to say.
Harry Potter exists.
But Luke Skywalker did the right thing. He went on, he retweeted somebody who said, forget the parents, the kid rocks. What's funny about that is that all the SJWs who rushed to defend him, like he had the absolute right to say mean things about a 3-year-old child, were like, "Oh, good for you!" Like taking the high road. I'm like, the high road. I thought he was fine to make fun of a 3-year-old. I thought that's what we decided.
Really,
but it makes sense because Luke Skywalker also had no patience for Kylo Ren, and that's why he became the menace that he is today. So, way to keep up your problematic ways, Luke. Like, honestly. Though Kylo is actually pretty hot, so I would join that side of the Force as well.
I mean, I don't know who any of these people are, but I'm Team Teddy, personally. And Team those things that look like teddy bears. So.
Well.
Next story?
Well, next up is our good friend. Well, she's not a friend. I wish I knew her deeply in my heart. Stacey Dash. She's another conservative woman, and we always like to support each other because it's actually tough out here for a conservative lady. And on a serious note, she's in trouble. Her husband abuses her, and she's having to deal with that right now in a very public light. And there's nothing funny about that. And we really are here we hope that Stacey can get out of that. It is okay. We've included this in the segment, though, because she was arrested for domestic violence because there was a domestic violence dispute. And the police almost always arrest both parties in that situation. So what happened was that Stacey, who, by the way, is a Fox News commentator, and she was most famous for the movie Clueless, if you guys don't remember who she is.
And she's like 5'1".
She was being choked by her husband. And she scratched him to get out of the chokehold. And she got arrested with very minimal bond. It was $500, which is like no bond, basically. The SJWs, the feminist left guys, the left is looking out for women, right? They immediately take the opportunity to mock her. And they mock her not only for domestic violence, but they mock her, quote unquote, this is not me, her level of blackness. This is something that they're talking about. And it's just like so telling of how the SJWs actually don't care about women because this woman has been hurt and abused by her husband. She defended herself, and they're mocking her. I mean, pretty openly. There's a check mark. His name is I'm calling him out. His name is Tony Poznanski, self-proclaimed award-winning artist. He retweeted an old tweet that he'd already put out about her that said, "Go fuck yourself." And I excuse my language. That's what he said. Another SJW said, "Who gives a shit? No one likes her." Corinne, do you have any thoughts on this one?
No, I think this is like so typical. It's very sad. Poor Stacey Dash. Like, she never asked for like the attention like this. Like, oh my gosh, how crazy is it to be someone in Hollywood who has an opinion that's different than like the mass majority, and they make it so personal. And it's so sad. Like, it doesn't need to be like that. You can just say that you disagree. There are plenty of political institutions in Hollywood that hate it, but like It becomes gorgeous. Now she just looks really it just and it's very cool. And I did not enjoy reading any of those tweets. I like literally had to step away from this.
Well, all I can say is that if this was Rachel Maddow, this had happened to, this is not the story that would have been told. Did you know how I know that, Corinne? Well, the New York Times ran a just love story. I mean, I think it was like basically a Playboy article that they posted in their bathroom about how Rachel Maddow is the most nuanced, I can't even say it with a straight face, most nuanced reporter on TV. It's like hilarious.
Yeah.
It was this love, it's literally one of the longest articles I've ever bothered to read in my life about how Rachel Maddow walks the line between partisanship and like she's so familiar and everyone loves her. It's like she's in her home. It's like Rachel Maddow cried on election day like a little bitch. And also, excuse me, the journalist who wrote New York Times, who wrote this article, cites he says that Rachel Maddow is as if Ali Sheedy and Emilio Estevez in Breakfast Club in a John Hughes movie had a baby. Let me tell you. Anytime somebody references a John Hughes movie, they lose complete credibility, y'all. Everyone has seen John Hughes. Okay, we've all seen Ferris Bueller. We've all seen The Breakfast Club. Stop jerking off to your own self-intellect. But like, oh, I like movies. John Hughes. Like, we all like John Hughes. Get over yourself. The minute somebody cites it, I'm out. Every Tinder bio has John Hughes in it.
Yeah, any Tinder bio that has John Hughes in it, she literally swipes left. I've literally gone on dates with people who reference these movies, and she's like, done. Don't talk to that guy anymore. John Hughes is not a real reference. So very consistent on Steph's part. Oh God, what a love story that whole article. Like Rachel Maddow helps you put the puzzle pieces together in complicated political atmosphere. I don't know what she's helping anyone put together. Like Steph said, she cried on election night and was selling for tax documents for the last 3 years. She hasn't gotten any of them. She's still crying about it. I don't see any puzzle pieces getting put together. I see a lot of sad.
I assume what Corinne has said is that John Hughes is a wonderful director, but we've all seen his movies, and it's not that interesting that you like them, okay? And I swipe left every time.
I mean, they are good movies.
If you like movies, you have a better director. Nora Ephron. Don't get me started. I just don't walk me down this path. But if Rachel Maddow had been hurt, you know me jumping all over that train to make fun of her. But Stacey Dash.
No, it's
just driving me nuts. We have your back, Stacey. We're here for you.
Yeah, poor Stacey. I hope that she gets out of that situation if they like it.
But I will give a silver lining really quick. Oh, that's great. Because Twitter is fun. And the Twitter fanboys, as I call them, came through clutch, silver lining, because they did not comment. They didn't make fun of her. They said, still has a hot body, though.
True.
Looking out.
She does.
Looking out, guys.
She is gorgeous. If any criticism of her, it's irrelevant. Super hot. Love her. And I hope she's okay.
So we're on to the next. We're on to favorite Trump tweets. Okay. Go ahead, Corinne, take it.
Okay, so everybody in the world agrees. We did not have to ask what favorite was Trump. Look at this photograph with Biden, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and Hunter Biden's business partner that Joe Biden never talked to. And just like a Nickelback meme, totally like almost overplayed meme, renewed by Trump's interest in it. So funny, hilarious. Everyone agrees about that. And then today they took it down. And I've heard mixed stories. I can't tell which is true. Some said that Nickelback was taken down. Some said that Time Warner, which is like their label or whatever, took it down. I'm still not sure. But what a great moment. What a great meme. So funny. I think we both.
Is it relevant right now to say that no one even likes Nickelback?
I mean, yes. But
so it is relevant. That's what we talked about.
But we like the meme. The meme is good.
Guys, this is not as relevant y'all have been in like 25 years, and that dates me, that's fine. Look at this photograph. Look at your photograph. Every time it makes me laugh then.
Yeah.
It's the funniest tweet of all time. I wish people had more of a sense of humor, right?
Oh my God, I know.
SJW's ruined everything.
It was so
no fun. It's not fun.
It really isn't fun when you do that. But
I think that brings us to your favorite campaign moment of the week. Bryn, take it away.
Oh gosh, I think my favorite campaign moment was still that MAGA moment of the photograph. But other than that, I just think the way that the RNC has been handling these impeachment inquiries and just sending out a million emails about how ridiculous this is the perfect way to handle it. And I've just been so happy with no Republicans right now. No, Donald Trump is not caving on any of this impeachment stuff, and I've just been really happy to see that. And we're making bank for it, so good job, guys.
Well, I have no idea what it was that she was talking to you about, but let me tell you, we appreciate your support. Despite the fact that we're a little funky and I should have thought of headphones and I didn't, but nobody's perfect, okay? But I'm going to give you a special treat. We're going to walk together to show you what I'm sitting in the shadow of. Hold on, I'm picking up my drink from the ground together. I'm leaving these notes on the ground. People can find them. They'll be very impressed. All right, we're going. We're crossing this bridge. Look. Can I tell you guys that I'm always here and I'm lost and fun that even exists in Las Vegas? Ooh, we're almost there. We are coming to the shadow of our great leader. Ready?
We're ready.
We are. Oh, the glare. The glare, hold on, we gotta turn it around.
Yes.
Right beneath the Trump, our father and our leader.
Love it.
I think that's all for today.
Yeah, send us your favorite fake news, favorite MAGA moments for the week, and we'll put them in next week. I think next week we'll actually be recording in the same town, maybe. It's hard to say. But
thanks for bearing with us. We do our best.
Yep. Talk to you soon.
Bye.